The average person spends 7 hours a day on their phone. That is 29% of your life. Hello. Today, on this gorgeous Friday that I'm filming this, we are talking about 8 things that I have been doing to become less online, less on my phone all the time, so that I can just really look around, enjoy my life, and just be grateful for this one life that I'm given, that I'm living, and make the most out of it. So, a little background on me. I am definitely guilty of high screen time. I think ever since high school, I just got into a habit of being on my phone all the time. I think I would come home from school, I wouldn't want to do anything, I'd be really tired, and I'd lay in my bed and scroll on TikTok for a while. Or I would wake up for school and I wouldn't want to get ready, and I'd lay in my bed and I'd watch a show on Netflix, or I'd watch a YouTube video, or anything like that. And in classes in high school, when I didn't want to pay attention, or I wasn't happy that day, or I wasn't really engaged in what was going on, I would be on my phone and I would scroll on TikTok during class, and that would kind of just carry out throughout the entire day and throughout my entire life. And I think it crept into areas that I really didn't want it to creep into, like maybe on my Saturdays when I had planned to do something fun and I was like, okay, I'm gonna paint today, because I used to like to do that in high school, or I'm a musician, so I'm gonna play my guitar today and I'm gonna write music. I would just stay in that habit of just waking up, scrolling on TikTok, and laying in my bed and wanting to do nothing. And I really want to change this, because I personally don't want nearly 30% of my life, and that's nearly a third of your life, to be spent on my phone. I think life is too amazing and too great for us to be spending that much time online. But it's hard to get offline. It is very hard to get offline, because I think a lot of us as a society are just so addicted to it, and it is so just in our routine. And obviously, like I was saying, I formed that habit in high school, and I'm in college right now, and I definitely carried it on to college. Your schedule in college is slightly different than it is in high school, definitely a lot less of going to class, and you have a lot of more downtime typically. I still got into that habit of being on my phone as soon as I woke up, and any downtime I would have, I would want to just lay in my bed and scroll, or lay in my bed and watch a show on Netflix. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be spending this much of my life, especially when I'm young, on my phone with my head buried into a screen. So in my experience with trying to be offline and just going on that journey, it's helped me be a lot more calmer. I'm someone with a lot of anxiety that's typically very jittery and just amped up all the time, and being less on my phone has helped that so much. I've been able to have a more present lifestyle. I'm noticing more things around me, and I'm truly just living life, and I have more time to do the things that I want to do. So stick around for this video, and I will be talking about 8 things that I've been doing that have helped me become more online, and if you try them, they may help you as well if you also want to go on this journey with me. So before we get into this list, this gorgeous 8-number list of things that have helped me stay offline, we're going to talk about the benefits of being less online for a little bit. So like I was saying, the biggest thing for me is that it has helped me calm down a lot. I am also someone who is addicted to caffeine, and I don't really see that addiction going away anytime soon. So I am physically kind of wired in the morning as well. And being able to stay offline has helped me kind of pare down this ampedness, this wired energy, and be a lot more calm. So another benefit about staying offline is that your mind is a lot clearer, and original thinking is a lot easier to do. So when you're less online, you have less of the constant stimulation that short form content on TikTok or on Instagram Reels or on YouTube Shorts maybe is providing you, or even scrolling on Pinterest or scrolling on Instagram. A lot of times that's instant dopamine hits, because you're seeing a lot of things in a short period of time, and you're going to the next and going to the next and going to the next, and just have this endless list of content that you can scroll through. So being able to stay offline helps you really clear your mind from having all those things in your head all the time, because when you're scrolling on social media, all you have is that TikTok that you're watching, and then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and you constantly need that to fill your mind. And when you don't have that anymore, it's a lot easier to think clearer. And you're not crutching on this content to be able to come up with your own ideas and think and just really live your life in your own head. And for me, it's easier to get homework done and easier to work on my creative projects when I'm less online, because I just have more of a focus and my mind is so much clearer, and I'm not just thinking about the last TikTok that I saw, and I'm not thinking about, okay, I'm going to get this thing done so I can go scroll on TikTok. It's a lot easier for me to be present in what I'm doing. Like I was saying, be present. More presence always comes with being less online. When you are offline and not looking at your phone constantly, you are free to be more present in your life. So this can mean being active in a conversation with family or friends at dinner. I think a lot of us, I've seen so many, talking about TikTok again, I used to see so many TikToks that was saying like, I was the only one at dinner with my friends who wasn't staring at my phone, and like my family, we never really have conversations anymore because we're all just hooked into our phones. It is so important to really engage in your community around you and engage in the people that you love. And not being online can help you actually have conversations with a friend at dinner that you haven't seen in a long time and really just be present at that like little coffee date, or maybe you haven't seen your family in a while and just really being present at that meeting. Also, when it comes to school, if you're a student, being less offline can help you really just be present in the education if you're a college student that you are paying for, that you are wanting to learn about. I know in high school it's a little bit different because you're kind of forced to be there, and a lot of those classes you don't want to take, but in college, a lot of them you're taking them because you have interest in them. So why scroll on your phone the entire time? And you're paying a lot of money for those classes. So being less offline can look like being more present in a conversation with friends, being more present in a college course that you're taking. It is also, for me, it's improved my mood a lot. So being online, a lot of times I am constantly comparing myself. And when I don't have that constant comparison, obviously we've all heard comparison is the killer of happiness. So when I don't have that constant comparison, it's a lot easier for me to be happy and kind of like happy-go-lucky through my life. And obviously you have more time to do other things that you want to do. So let's get into it. Let's get into the 8 things that have helped me be less online. One is kind of like duh, but deleting TikTok. So for me, my biggest time waster, my biggest doom scrolling app was TikTok. I know it's this way for a lot of people because it's only short form content, and short form content can really cause us to just get sucked in. And I just had to pull the trigger and be like, okay, I'm deleting TikTok. Because I remember when I had it, I would intend to spend maybe 15 minutes on TikTok. And I'm like, I'll just take a study break. I'm going to scroll on TikTok for 10 or 15 minutes and then I'll be done. I just need a little break. And I would end up scrolling for probably about an hour. And it would just suck my time away. And sometimes I would also go to TikTok because maybe I wanted to research something, or maybe I wanted a little inspiration for one of my creative projects that I was working on, for one of my songs that I was writing. And as soon as I opened the app, I forgot what I was even going to search for. I remember a lot of times, I had the intention to go right to the search bar, but I would open the app, see something on my For You page, and I would get sucked in for an hour and not even do what I was coming there to do in the first place. So the act of deleting TikTok has helped me so much to pare down my screen time a lot. And because TikTok is such a short form content platform, it's only short form content, it can really get you used to those quick hits of dopamine. So not being on TikTok all the time can kind of help you heal that attention span that way. So with TikTok, a lot of times I would open my phone with the intention of going on TikTok. And after I deleted it, I had a few times where I'd open my phone, look for it, and be like, if I don't have TikTok, I don't really want to be on my phone. So I would then put down my phone and it would help me decrease my screen time that way. Okay, second thing on the list is meditation. I am a huge fan of meditation. It was really hard for me to get into because, like I was saying, I'm always a very amped up, wired person naturally, and also because of the caffeine. And it was hard for me to get into meditation in the first place and be able to sit still. But once I got into it, I fell in love with it. I like to start off my day with around a 15-minute meditation and then end my day with a 15-minute meditation. And this has helped me stay offline because what I used to do in those times of waking up and going to sleep is be on my phone. I would wake up and I would spend those spare 15 minutes I had scrolling on TikTok. Or I would go to bed and I would spend those spare 15 minutes I had again scrolling on TikTok. So this habit has really just helped me replace being on my phone with something else that makes me a lot happier and is a lot healthier. Meditation can also just help you readjust to boredom. I think Gen Z specifically doesn't know how to be bored because we've grown up where we have our phones all the time, and anytime we're bored, we're like, okay, I'm gonna go on Instagram, I'm gonna go on Pinterest, I'm gonna go on TikTok. And it's a good thing to be able to sit with boredom and to sit with having nothing to do. And meditation really helps you with that, especially if you're not doing any kind of guided meditation and you're just focusing on your breath, because there's nothing really more boring and mundane than breathing. It's something we do all the time. And being able to sit for 10 minutes and just focus on that is so, so, so helpful. If you're trying to get into meditation and you've never meditated before and you're kind of intimidated by it, I would suggest maybe looking on YouTube and starting off with just a quick 5-minute guided meditation. These go by so fast. Think about scrolling on TikTok. 5 minutes is maybe 10 TikToks on your For You page. So that's all the time you have to sacrifice, and it helps you just get into the habit. And in the description box below, I'll link some good 5-minute meditations for you to start out with. Number 3 that has helped me so much with staying offline is getting into reading. I love reading. I used to read all the time as a little kid. My mom would take me and my sister to the library all the time, and we would pick out books, and I fell in love with it. And I think I read a lot in middle school, and then in high school when my screen time increased, I kind of got away from reading because screen time was replacing that time where I was reading and getting into books. And reading really helps because a lot of times I will be, I'll have 10 minutes before a class and I'm just sitting there in the hallway and I'm like, I kind of need something to do. And a book is something that you can keep with you all the time and just pull out your book, read for 10 minutes, read a chapter. And it's replacing that time where you maybe would get out your phone and scroll for 10 minutes. Also, like meditation, reading can help you lengthen your attention span because obviously it takes more attention to read a book than to watch TikTok. Reading is also great because there are so many books out there. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to reading and I love to read nonfiction, but there are so many good fiction categories, and if you're not really a reader, there are so many very highly engaging and fun books for you to get into and start reading. Number 4 on this list is moving my body. So moving my body and getting daily exercise has always helped me detach from my phone. I am someone, like I said, I have a lot of energy, so I'm someone who kind of needs daily exercise, and whenever I'm doing that daily exercise, I've always found myself to be at my most peaceful. I'm most in my body because I have the most, because my body's the most taxed in that situation, and it really just helps me become more present. And this can look like maybe a workout class or a yoga class where you're not allowed to be on your phone and it's an hour of just focusing on your body and moving your body. Or it could maybe be a run or a bike outside where you're listening to music and not looking at your phone. Or maybe swimming in a pool. I know it's about to be summer, so a lot of us are excited to go outside, go to the pool. So swimming in a pool for an hour or doing a fun high intensity workout for 30 minutes. I love to do those. Anything that kind of gets you in your body and away from your phone. Amazing. Exercise also releases dopamine and other mood boosting chemicals. So that can help replace the dopamine loss from scrolling on your phone all day and can get you used to really consuming dopamine in a much healthier way. Because dopamine is not bad in itself. It's these quick hits of dopamine that we don't really want to get ourselves used to. It's these better, healthier forms of dopamine like exercise that we want to adjust our body to. So again, moving your body can help so much. Number 5 is one that I've really thought about, but being more present during eating meals by yourself. So as a college student and a young adult, I find myself having a lot of meals or snacks that I'm eating by myself because I'm not living with a family right now, and I'm by myself a lot just because of how my lifestyle is and how my schedule is. And I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten into the habit of having to watch a show or watch a YouTube video when I'm eating. There was a period of time where I couldn't remember the last meal or snack that I'd eaten when I was by myself where I wasn't watching a show. And it really I wasn't being grateful for the food I was eating. A lot of times it was food that I really enjoyed and I wasn't really enjoying it the way I wanted to because I was more focused on the show that I was watching. And being able to just sit with yourself and eat a meal and not have that constant stimulation, I think is such an important thing. You can also kind of make an event out of it and spend time cooking your favorite meal and just relaxing. And then after all that effort that you spent cooking your favorite meal, just really spending time and enjoying it. And it also helps you stay grateful for the food that you're consuming and for the ability to not be hungry and consume food. So number 6 on the list is journaling. Just like reading, journaling is another habit that you can carry with you all the time and replace those short periods of time that you're sitting in public, you don't really have anything to do, and you typically pick up your phone. So you can always keep a notebook and a pen with you. Journaling also helps you get rid of mental clutter, helping you sit with your thoughts. And I think a lot of times when it comes to struggling with being online a lot, we do that because we need distraction and we don't want to sit with our thoughts. I think a lot of times when I am stressed out about something, I will grab my phone and I'll scroll on TikTok for a while because I just want something to distract me from what I'm thinking about. And if we pick up the practice of journaling, this can help us really unpack these thoughts that are stressing us out, that we want to be distracted from, and we can really have a healthy relationship with our minds and be able to sit with things more. Number 7 on this list is prioritizing sleep, which is such an important thing. For me, a lot of times, the biggest doom scrolling phases happened right before bed, and I would lay down in bed, I'd be like, oh, I can finally relax. And I'm like, why don't I just go on TikTok for maybe 20 minutes? And I would end up scrolling for like multiple hours. And I would just like, suddenly it would be midnight and I was just scrolling for so long. So stopping screen time for about 1.5 to 2 hours before bed has been proven to help you sleep, and it's going to decrease that screen time because you're not having this free time where you're laying in bed just scrolling forever. Also, when you're less sleep deprived, you have more discipline to stay offline during the day. And also when we're tired, we typically want to do something mindless and easy. We just want to relax and be on our phone. So this can help pare down screen time as well. The final thing on this list is to spend time outside. I am such a big believer in time outside. I love it so much. Like meditation, spending time outside has always helped me become more present. And like the other things that we've mentioned, it can help you become more comfortable with idle time, with boring time, with time that you don't have this constant dopamine hits, this constant stimulation. Like exercise, being outside is also a natural way to boost your mood because it also gives you dopamine and other mood boosters, and it can get you used to getting these mood boosting chemicals in a healthier way other than scrolling on TikTok. So this is my list. These are my 8 things that have helped me become less online. As I'm reflecting on how these things have helped me and how being less online has helped me, the biggest thing that it has contributed to my life is focus. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I used to struggle with focus so much, and a lot of times I would have homework that I needed to get done, or I would maybe want to plan a YouTube video, and I would sit down and I just could not focus to do it. And being less online and practicing these habits like meditation and journaling have just helped me so much and saved me a lot of time. Another thing that it's really helped me with is I'm comparing myself a lot less to other people, and that has just increased my happiness overall so much. When I used to be online all the time, I was on Instagram all the time, I was on TikTok all the time, I would find myself comparing myself to other people that I knew, other people that I didn't know, and it wasn't just your basic comparing my appearance to people. I mean, I would do that, but it was every aspect of my life, comparing my habits to other people, comparing my success to other people, comparing how smart I was to other people, every single thing. And it just really sucked the happiness out of my life and the joy out of my life. And getting rid of that comparison was just a huge thing for me. So those are the 8 things that I've been doing to become less online. If you are also on this journey, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. Thank you for watching this video today, and have a good day and stay off your phone.